All right, the purpose of this test out lab is to explore the lab interface. So we want to add the monitor to Office 2. So we'll go to Office 2 and click on Hardware to go to Office 2. And we want to add the monitor to Office 2. So we'll expand monitors. There's one. So we'll drag it to the workspace. We can see the yellow rectangle. Drop it. And we want to use a cable to connect the monitor to the computer. So we'll turn the monitor to the back side and the computer to the back side. And we want the HDMI cable, so we'll expand cables on the shelf and choose the HDMI to HDMI cable. They'll be the same on both connectors because they're both HDMI connectors, and we can see the front by clicking on details. And then front to see that this HDMI connector has this shape. And if we can use this to zoom in and see that this shape is a match there on the monitor, and drag it till it highlights to click, and it's this is a match in the shape also. So we'll drag this end of the connector to this spot, and the blue rectangle forms around that space, and release it, and then that HDMI cable is connected. The power cord is next, so we click on the power cable on the shelf, and we can drag this end that we can look at right there to the back of the monitor, and we can scroll down and drag this end to the wall outlet. And then let's see, we need to add the keyboard and the mouse to the computer. Those are input devices, so we'll expand input devices on the shelf. We'll start with the keyboard. We'll drag it here. We can see the yellow rectangle, so we can release. This has a type USB type A connector, which looks like this, and that is a match to these USB connectors. We'll drag this connector here for the keyboard. We'll do the same thing for the mouse. We will drag this connector here, and the mouse is on the workspace. Okay, so now our last task is to turn on the monitor and the computer. So I'll go to the front here, and the front for the monitor as well. And we'll scroll back. Well, I guess we'll scroll in because we can see, if we're scrolled in, that there's a button here to turn on the monitor. So we'll click that. And we see that the monitor is on. It has no signal because we haven't turned on the computer. So we'll click here to turn on the computer. And we'll give that a chance to load up Windows. Alright, now let's click Score the Lab, and then Submit a Score will say yes, we're ready to score, so let's see how we did. Alright, great, and it lists all the tasks. If any were not complete, it would have a red X, like if we forgot to turn on the monitor and the computer. And there's an explanation of the steps, in case you need the explanation for the steps, and you don't know how to because you don't know how to complete a particular task in the lab. That's it. Thank you for watching.